What's up, Taiwan? I'm Liao with news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Taiwan's intelligence chief says China is stepping up its military pressure on Taiwan by changing the way it conducts routine military drills. It's part of a new wave of tactics meant to put strain on Taiwan's armed forces. Jaime Okan reports.
In the past year, China has conducted not one, not two, not three, but 4 large-scale military drills around Taiwan. And that's prompting concern here in Taipei as security officials reveal just how quickly China's military is evolving. A new report from Taiwan's National Security Bureau shows that Beijing's so-called large-scale exercises could be smaller, regular drills that are hyped up to be a bigger threat.
我们会来注意，因为现在中共的相关的演习也跟委员报告说明，他这些演习有很多也是把他例行性的演习给拼凑在一起，变成是一个所谓的对台的针对性的演习。那再配合到侦讯的操作，来造成国人的一种恐慌。
Earlier in April, China launched large-scale drills known as Straight Thunder 2025A, which saw dozens of aircraft and warships surround Taiwan. Beijing says the exercises focused on precision strikes and were in response to Taiwan President Liao announcing a plan to counter Chinese espionage. But Taiwan Security Bureau says this is an excuse.
这一次的演习的时间点确实是比较特殊，因为总统是在3月13号召开国安高层会议，做了一些加强我们防治中共渗透的一些措施的宣布。但是演习的时间是拖到了4月1号跟2号。假如是针对性的演习的话，时间不会拖这么长。所以我们在判断上，当然透过这个演习可以对台来进行一些施压。
But whatever the reason for the drills, Taiwan says it's seeing an unprecedented number of Chinese planes around the country. The total amount of Chinese incursions into the country's air defense identification zone has skyrocketed since they were first reported in 2019. 4 months into this year, and China's military, known as the PLA, have already tripled the number of planes it sent around Taiwan in the entirety of 2020.
Essentially, what we've seen is the PLA gradually expand its presence on a daily basis to surround Taiwan and then integrate new capabilities, kind of more far-reaching training exercises at a smaller level and a larger level, but really to kind of get used to operating in an actual operational environment that is the Taiwan theater.
Despite Taiwan not responding to Chinese aggression with its own drills, it remains on alert, practicing how to mobilize its forces quickly for any situation that might arise. Justin Wu and Jaime Okan for TaiwanPlus.
The U.S. Senate has confirmed Trump nominee Elbridge Colby to a key position at the Pentagon. Colby helped shape strategy in the first Trump presidency with a shift toward Asia. In his new role as Undersecretary of Defense for Policy, Colby is expected to place an emphasis on countering China. At a confirmation hearing in March, he said Taiwan should increase its defense spending to 10% of GDP. Colby has said a Chinese invasion of Taiwan would plausibly and gravely threaten the U.S. Officials in central Taiwan have released the results of an investigation into a gas explosion at a Taichung mall that killed 5 people in February. Taichung's fire department found that the blast at the city's Shinkong Mitsukoshi department store was caused by a gas leak. Prosecutors say the main gas switch on the floor of the mall where it occurred had not been turned off and that the gas detector had been removed. They're now questioning people to determine responsibility for the explosion. The gas company that installed the mall's gas systems says it acted according to regulations.
我们就针对星光三月的请求去做瓦斯表及开关而已，其他我们都没有什么其他的动作这样。
Prosecutors say those determined to be responsible face charges for negligent homicide. A massive and mysterious discovery off Taiwan's northeastern coast. A complete whale carcass washed ashore on Turtle Island. It was identified by the National Museum of Natural Science last week as a fin whale, the second biggest whale species in the world. To understand just how unique this case is, our reporter Lauren Pattamore spoke with one of the world's leading whale experts, Dr. Phil Clapham, a cetacean biologist based in the U.S. state of Washington.
So this is the first time a fin whale has been washed up on the beaches of Taiwan. Can you tell us just how rare these whales are?
To my knowledge, this is the first confirmed record of a fin whale in Taiwan. There's not much effort there, sighting effort, so we don't really know what's going on, but historically they're not common. The Japanese, when they occupied Taiwan in World War II, operated a couple of whaling stations on the southern coast, and they were taking probably humpback and sperm whales, I'm not sure, but they did not take any fin whales, which actually speaks to just how rare these animals are in that area historically.
And so if they're not commonly found, can you give us any guesses as to how it ended up in Taiwan's waters?
These animals wander over thousands of miles, and so it's quite likely that fin whales on occasion come through Taiwanese waters. How this particular animal died, and if the length that was reported was correct, it would have been a very young calf, probably only a few weeks old. There's a couple of things that typically are threats to these animals and often are a cause of death. One is entanglement in fishing gear. There doesn't seem to be any evidence, for example, scars from fishing gear on this particular animal from what I've seen of it. The other, which is a bit more likely perhaps, is a strike by a ship.
That was Phil Clapham, a cetacean expert based in Washington State. A transgender Rohingya beautician is working to empower her community. Through her work, she's aiming to bring diversity and hope to other refugees. Zalan Sata has the story.
Inside the world's biggest refugee camp, one transgender woman is determined to break barriers. Through beauty, she's changing looks and lives. Tanya, a Rohingya refugee, is making a name for herself as the camp's go-to beautician. She fled Myanmar in 2017, escaping to Bangladesh among 750,000 Rohingya people, running from the military's bloody crackdown. In 2017, Myanmar's military launched a brutal crackdown on Tanya's people, a minority Muslim ethnic group long denied citizenship. As Rohingya villages were burned, hundreds of thousands fled, searching for a better future. Among them was the 18-year-old Tanya. Already an outcast in her community for being transgender, she faced even greater struggles. But Tanya never gave up. Using what she learned during a beauty internship, she convinced a Bangladeshi businessman to help her open a salon. Now, it's more than just a workplace. It's where she transforms others and inspires. Every day, Tanya continues to push her community to break free from begging. She believes by setting examples of hard work, society will see them as equals. Scott Huang and Zalan Shata for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. You can visit the TaiwanPlus website or follow our social media for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally, we bring you to Morocco for an exhibition on the influence of birds on Mexican art. I'm Liao. Take care and see you next time.